want to share with you guys right here outside. My thoughts on the two different speakers here. They're both Fleetwood Devilles. The one on the left is the standard Deville. The one on the right is the company's SQ model. Now, Fleetwood Sound has indeed released a video on the specific differences between these two speakers. The left one was built to meet a price point. The one on the right was built with a focus on really high quality parts for the crossover. The wood is Pennsylvania ash, torrified. The standard over on the left, the black one, is plywood painted. The SQ, as you see in brown here, the full speaker, the stand, the body, the top, the bottom, the conical horn, all besides the back are roasted. They are Pennsylvania ash, and there's all kinds of benefits to roasting the wood, torrifying the wood. So what drew me to the Fleetwood Deville were a multitude of things. The style, the design, the quality, the way it looks. It's different from any other speaker I've had, used, or reviewed. I love the fact that they're made right here in the United States, in Pennsylvania. I love the philosophy behind audio and music and listening to a two-channel system of Jonathan Weiss, the guy who runs Fleetwood Sound and OMA Audio. Again, I highly suggest you read my review if you haven't, and you'll know that these are my bucket list speakers, my endgame speakers, the speaker that will be with me for life. And when I bought, and I paid full price for that black one when I bought it, and I bought it with really, I tried to keep my expectations low, because while they were expensive, I had no idea what they were going to sound like. Fleetwood offers a trial period in your home, so I figured if they sounded horrible or didn't look right, I would be able to return them. But I fell in love with the standard Deville. They have a nice, warm leaning, plump mid-range, nice solid bass, and gentle top end kind of sound that draws you into the music, because you know there's all kinds of ways we can listen to our two-channel music in a stereo system. Some of us like the sound fast, lightning fast and dynamic. Some of us like sound that is warm, rich, and organic. Some like sound that is bass heavy, that delivers that oomph, which is really artificial. Usually in audiophile systems, you don't get that artificial bass boost. The goal with an audiophile system is to hear the music the way it was intended to be heard. You know, the way the recording engineers wanted you to hear it. These speakers here allow for that, but they also add some life and humanity into the mix. Now, compared to the standard Deville in black, the SQ version is completely torrified. This is, I believe, their medium roast. I could be wrong. It's either light or medium roast ash, Pennsylvania ash. And none of this is done with MDF, right? These use real wood, A lot of speakers today are made out of funky materials. A lot of them use MDF. Some of them are plastic, some of them are metal. In my opinion, there's nothing better in a high quality speaker than using real wood. I live in the woods. A lot of people have asked about our property here. Let me just answer a quick question. Debbie and I moved out here from the hustle and bustle of the city in Phoenix, Arizona, about 1 year and 8 months ago. We found this place after a year's search. We moved here in the middle of the first year of the pandemic, and we bought 20 acres. This property has 2 homes on it. One we use as a guest house. We use it as an office, we use it as storage, and we live in the little log cabin style house behind us. It's only a 1,300 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, but it's plenty for us. We love the grounds, we love the wildlife, we love the nature. We have all kinds of wildlife here that roam the property, and it has just been a complete blessing. So onto the speakers. The SQ version, when I installed them after having the standard version for so long, I immediately heard the difference. And this is what this video is going to talk about. It's going to talk about the difference you will hear between these two speakers. Whereas the standard Deville is warm leaning, a little rolled off on top, at least in my room, nice, plump, beefy mid-range, great for rock and roll. You can jam metal rock on these and it's going to sound right. Most audiophile speakers cannot play rock and metal. Now that doesn't mean these can't play jazz or classical or your audiophile kind of tunes, because they can, and when they do that, they sound light and airy and expansive and holographic. But the SQ version here takes the standard up a few notches. The SQ version is a more transparent version of the speaker. It could be due to the silver and gold wiring inside. It could be to the updated crossover. It could be just the wood difference itself. The SQ is torrified Pennsylvania ash for the body. The standard is plywood painted. So those are the differences in the wood. But the SQ version is definitely more three-dimensional, holographic, airy, dynamic. I don't want to say way more. I don't know if I just said way more. It's slightly more. It's not going to be a huge difference. They're cut from the same cloth. They both have the same house sound. But the SQ gives you that extra bit of transparency, that extra bit of air, a little more lively treble. They're a little more dynamic. The bass seems like more seismic, even though these aren't seismic type of speakers. They offer plenty of bass in my space where I don't feel I need a subwoofer or anything else. But I am not one of those who like over-exaggerated bass. And I know when subs are properly set up, they don't do that boom. They give you that lower, that foundation of the music. But I don't need it in my room. I get plenty of bass. There's a little more impact in the SQ version. So basically, you're getting a more refined, more audiophile type of speaker, but it's not a huge difference. You're paying for the looks, the style, the coloring, the fact that it's made out of Pennsylvania ash, the fact that it's roasted for stability and for the color choices. You're paying for the art as much as you are the sound quality. Now, these speakers are well worth the money to me, and Debbie, in fact, said no matter what they cost me, they were worth it. She loves these speakers, not only how they look, but how they sound. We've both become very fond of the sound of both of these DeVilles, but at the end of the day, I choose the SQ without hesitation, and Fleetwood Sound allowed me to upgrade and pay the difference to the SQ. I talked to Jonathan Weiss on the phone. As a matter of fact, when I bought the standards, I had no idea who Fleetwood Sound was, just by what I read online and saw on YouTube. And after I posted my review, which they didn't even know I was going to do, because I bought it with my own money. I didn't ask for a review unit. I didn't ask for discounts. When I posted the review, I got an email from the company saying they appreciated it and really enjoyed it. And then I got a call from Jonathan Weiss, where he just talked to me more about his passion and his love for these speakers and everything he creates, right? He has some serious passion behind him and Fleetwood Sound. They're making other speakers. They're going to be making electronics in the future. They're making furniture for your audio, all top-end, bespoke, high-quality stuff that is meant to buy once and forget about it. Instead of that upgrade train that I've been on forever, 35 years, always looking for the next best thing, these speakers here stop that cold in me when it comes to speakers. This is a speaker I just adore the sound of. It offers everything that you want in a speaker, or at least that I want in a speaker. A nice, big sound, big voice, right? Nothing offensive about it at all. Nothing boring about it at all. It does everything as it should. But at the end of the day, I upgraded to the SQs. I do have to return my standards after this video, and I'll be packing them up to go back to Fleetwood because the SQs have to stay with me. They are that little bit better. They offer that little bit of everything that the DeVille standard offers. So when you get more, when I got more of what I was so raving about and so appreciative of, I was blown away even more by the SQs. They're absolutely beautiful speakers, my friends. They are not on the cheap end. You're not going to get these for $1,000, But what you do get with these, when you buy them, you're never going to want to get rid of them, as long as you set them up right? They do require electronics that are worthy of this speaker. So feed them right, feed them the right source, give them the right space, and they will reward you with beautiful music. And for me, that happens on a daily basis. So that was my look at the Fleetwood Deville SQ versus the Standard. I highly recommend looking at Jonathan Weiss's video from Fleetwood Sound. He talks about the specific differences, and you can see inside of these guys at what they did for each one. These are conical horns for the tweeter. There's none of that shoutiness like you get with speakers. Say, Klipsch can shout a little with some electronics. If you put this next to a Klipsch La Scala or Forte or Heresy, you will see the difference. The Klipsch will then sound colored, a little shouty. These are just wide open, natural, and organic. I love my Klipsch Heritage. I still have them, but these are a different beast. These are way more refined. These are something that, you'll want to be with for the rest of your days. My son was here over the last few days. We had a big family gathering here. It was awesome. It was amazing. My mom was here, my niece and nephew, my cousins, my son and his girlfriend. And my son was like, whoa, these are gorgeous. And he was just blown away by them. So love these speakers. SQ is the one for me, but both are fantastic. The black one here, the Standard, a little more muted in the top end, a little warmer, a little less dynamic. The SQ is just, I mean, for me, I've not heard anything better, and I no longer am looking at different speakers. I lost interest in and this is not a bookshelf. A lot of people think these are small. These are huge for a two-way stand mount speaker. They're not like little Dynaudios, right? These are more like a Klipsch Heresy 4 on a stand, but thinner. So the Deville SQs, if they're not on your radar, they should be. Give them a listen. Try to hear them. There are dealers out there. Fleetwood offers in-home trial, so you can check it out for yourself. But I'm here to say the SQ does win in sound and looks for me. Take a look. Some people might prefer the Standard in looks and sound. It's all a personal preference when it comes to hi-fi. So thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'm going to bring these things back in so I can listen to them. I'll see you next time, guys.